Danger, Boober Cooking by Louis Gitkow. Pictures by Kelly Olishvet. Are you ready? Here we go. Boober is a Fraggle and he lives in Fraggle Rock, which is underneath or right behind a workshop owned by Doc. The Fraggles down in Fraggle Rock are happy as can be, except for Boober Fraggle, as you very soon will see. Well, see. Well, all the Fraggles. It's a Fraggle. And there's some Fraggle Rock. Fraggles come in many colors, just like lollipops or gum, and their fur is soft and fuzzy, and they like to sing and hum. And they also like to dance and play and swim and things like that. That is, except for Boober. Boober likes to wear a hat. I don't know why. So many kinds of hats. Wear a hat. And underneath his hat, he sighs and worries all the day. He's much too superstitious to make any time for play. His job is doing laundry, which is mostly his own socks, and he scrubs them and he rubs them and he beats them on the rocks. Scrubs them and rubs them. The only other thing he ever really likes to do is cook. The only other thing he ever really likes to do is cooking up a pie or cake or roast or hash or stew. His talents in the kitchen are renowned both far and wide. And what he does with radishes is not to be denied. What he does with radishes. Boober's favorite recipe is celery souffle. He loves it so that if he could, he'd make it every day. And just in case you want to taste, I asked him if he could explain just how he makes it, and Boober said he would. So here is Boober's recipe for celery souffle. It's really very simple, and it all starts out this way. First, you need some celery, says Boober. That is clear. Despite the risks you take with picking celery down here, the Garden of the Gorgs is where all the celery grows, and it is really scary there, as any Fraggle knows. The Gorgs are all quite fearsome. They're as giant as can be. They're 20 million times the size of either you or me. Well, actually, they're not. But they are big enough to fear, and they try to stomp on Fraggles when they see us coming near. Then, once you risk your life and limb and celery you got, the next thing that you need to find is just the right-sized pot. Though usually I never do. I seem to be unlucky. The other Fraggles use my pots and leave them kind of yucky. The next of the ingredients is water. Just 1 spoon. You get it from the pond in the Great Hall on any afternoon. Get it from the pond. That is, if they don't splash you, and you could. That is, if they don't splash you, and you come down with a cold, and you end up with the sniffles while your celery grows mold. Another thing you need to give it flavor is a bit, or limpet leaf, which grows quite wild, down in a smelly pit. The pit will surely make you ill. Its odor has no charm, and then while climbing down it, you just might break your arm. Climbing down it. With limpet leaf for flavoring, there's one more thing you need. You need a pinch of wumpus root, or else some wumpus seed. But wumpus roots can trip you. You might fall on your nose and break a leg or scrape your knee, or maybe both of those. Both of those. Then mix it all together in a pot of the wrong size and cook it very carefully, away from bugs and flies. And when it's done, be quiet, or you're sure to make it fall, and you'll wish you hadn't asked me how to cook souffle at all. And come to think of it, I wish you hadn't asked me how, for I was getting hungry, and I thought I'd cook one now. Such awful things can happen before you can be fed. I think that I will stay right here and spend the day in bed. Fraggle Apple Club, thanks for reading with us.